Nation, welcome back to the channel.
Champions.
Amazing. Today we're going to be talking about chain analysis. If you're familiar with chainalysis is a crypto crime or a crypto, what would you say, blockchain research company.
You mean another leg of the government, the fourth leg of the government?
I think it's just a scam. That's just all it is. At least if you're something of the government, then maybe you're supposed to be sort of getting some sort of respect. But if you're familiar with chainalysis, what these people do is they look for, what would you say, suspicious activity on the blockchain, and then they report this information to ICE, IRS, FBI, SEC, DEA.
CIA.
This is a group of people who decided to volunteer themselves to be snitches of society.
Started already.
To snitch on people on something that is not even regulated. You see, if you're going to be enforcing something, you have to be enforcing something that has some rules. Okay? But when you jump into the enforcement, before there are any rules about it, you have to ask yourself, what the hell are you doing? Other than being a Karen on steroids. But we're jumping ahead of ourselves. Let me point out what is happening here.
That guy does look like a snitch, though.
Which guy?
Nice AI picture.
I thought it was this guy, man. There's this guy. Oh God, I can never remember the name of these American actors, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guy, right?
Yeah. I remember his face. I can't get his name together though.
Yeah. Well, it's okay, man. So this crypto project is suing Chainalysis. Chainalysis, this is a third-party staking services. And essentially what they're suing Chainalysis for is because Chainalysis called them, reported them as a scam. Right? And so, let me see here. Yeah, so you see the new year seems to set a tumultuous, seems to start tumultuous for Chainalysis. So the new year has not even started. But they're going out of 2023 with a preview of what is to come. So in addition to this trial, which is set to begin February 12th, which questions the reliability of Chainalysis reactor in a multi-million-dollar money laundering allegation. Okay, Chainalysis is now getting sued by crypto project Yield Notes. Because you see, what happened was in 2023, Chainalysis alleged that Yield Notes, which is a Hong Kong-based project that rents out computing power to participate in a masternode pool, Chainalysis claimed these people were a scam. Right now, in their crypto scam activity summarized graph, Chainalysis depicted Yield Notes as the second largest crypto scam in revenue of 2022, with a total of 341.6 million. Notably, Chainalysis graph fails to have caught FTX, one of the largest scams to date, having misappropriated $8 billion of funds. So I'll stop there and let's just take a dive on what this insanity is. Double up.
To me, I just think this is just mad, right? Number one, the biggest issue that I see here is that Chainalysis a government institution? What gives them the authorizing authority to now be the investigating arm of the SEC?
Yeah.
Why doesn't the SEC himself have a department?
SEC, IRS, FBI, DEA,
right?
CIA.
And this is what people like Vivek, presidential candidates, and Trump are saying, is that the government is getting away with having private institution do what the government should be doing. This is not a private institutional role to be investigating the blockchain or transaction. It's the IRS role. It's the SEC's role.
Well, I don't even think it's any of their roles because remember, there is no clear regulations on this stuff yet.
Well, they need to get caught up and do that. So that means DOJ need to do its job, right?
Yeah.
And CFTC need to do their job, and FATF need to do their job, right? Set those regulations. Let us at least know where to start from.
Yeah.
So that's rule number 1, right? So you're already breaking the rule by doing that in the first place.
Yeah.
Right? Next part of this now is that you do your analysis, just like you get a speeding ticket, right? And you ask the police officer, when was the last time that the radar was
when was the radar going
calibrated, etc., right?
Yeah.
How does Chainalysis come up with this conclusion?
Yeah.
In their fraud alerts reports, whatever crap it is.
Yeah.
That should be public information, right? You just don't come to a conclusion and tell us that's what's going on.
Yeah, especially when you're about to ruin someone's business and their livelihood, right? It will probably make sense that the information that you're putting out there is 100% verifiable, trustworthy, and at the very least, just truthful. I mean, it's all the same things, but just verifiable, I guess.
Even more importantly, it's not influenced by an external agency.
Yeah.
Because we know Chainalysis is biased towards what the SEC wants because the SEC funds them.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you volunteer to be the snitch on the block, when no one even asked you, right, in a space that is still trying to grow,
and you've gotten $3 million from the government, to start your private organization,
right? I think in that case you would probably bend to whatever direction they ask you to.
Yep. Right? And then that last sentence about FTX. If Chainalysis was so good at what it did,
if what they did worked at all,
they should have cut FTX.
They should have cut FTX, right? But you guys catch the biggest scam of our lifetime, really.
$8 billion.
$8 billion, the biggest scam of our lifetime. You guys did not catch it. And I feel like they just kind of just stepped into the background. Because I've not been hearing about Chainalysis so much, but it's more so like they've been working in the background, wrecking stuff.
For the institutions that they work for.
I'm glad that this this is happening, and I hope that more people hop on this lawsuit. Because I think if you look at the quality of operation for a lot of the agencies, man, I think that it has really been, watered down to essentially corruption. I mean, if you look at, not only is Chainalysis, not only did Chainalysis not catch FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried is now getting some charges dropped.
Some?
Is it all now?
All 6 major financing, campaign, fraud, whatever that's called, is getting away with that too.
Okay.
Which probably makes a lot of sense. Just Chainalysis intentionally avoid investigating FTX because FTX has paid out all the government agencies.
Especially when you're supposed to be the annoying chihuahua going after everyone, right? And then you conveniently miss FTX. We're not accusing them of anything here. We're just discussing what is happening in the crypto space, right? Don't sue us. We don't have money to fight you back. So
FTX even get a chance to come back. How do you come back from that?
Yeah, the FTX is getting a chance to come back from that after they have missed it altogether, right? But I think that one thing that is very important to be noticing here is that the credibility of the experts, right? It's like how we say on the show all the time, like even with like investing, like Jim Cramer, right? Or Warren Buffett and all these other guys who just blatantly say bullshit, right? And then the reality always turns out to be in the wrong direction.
Yep.
But a lot of people, right? Millions and millions of people listen to them because these are supposed to be the credible source, right? We've seen, when it comes to financial,
Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, when it comes to financial advice, right? All of them have been blown out of the water. If you look at Mr. Wonderful, someone who seems like he was supposed to be a credible voice, right? The guy is just another scammer.
Actually, we need to investigate that guy because I think he has a lot of info He's actually said it with his own words.
The guy is inside. He has inside info, bro.
Yeah.
The manipulation that guy is engaged in, man. I mean, listen, people can act like they don't see it, but I think that at the point where you have a private citizen with that type of money suddenly sitting in, is it Congress?
Yeah,
Or is it,
Senate,
right?
Senate
In Senate,
meetings.
right? And testifying, but it's not just testifying. You can see that he's passionate about this testimony because he wants to go after another massive entity.
Change. Yep.
Right? And then you see the force of
the power of the government,
right?
Go after
Start
the entity.
chasing people.
Yeah.
You know, people think that this shit is new. It's not new.
Nope.
I'll roll you back to Kim.com.
Okay.
Remember Kim.com? This is when you look at things like Spotify, Apple Play, you know, Netflix, file sharing. This guy created just a free application so he can share content with his friends, right?
Even your OneDrive, everything Drive that you use right now. First initial cloud, this guy was the one that implemented it.
Exactly. So people started putting movies on there and sharing it with their friends.
Yep.
Hollywood did not like it. And so they got the US government to go all the way. I think it was to the Netherlands or something like that.
Across.
Okay. Full-blown SWAT attack on this man's house.
Helicopters, weapons, everything.
And this man has not committed one crime in this situation, at least. I mean, the guy is, you know, when you see he's driving, the guy is committing crimes. But for what he's being charged for, right, there was no crime. So at some point in time, we must all start to face the reality that this system that we are in is run its course. Okay.
What does it work for?
Yeah, the credibility of the thing has gone to garbage because we're seeing, you know, corruption in broad daylight.
Yep.
And it is really disappointing. It's extremely disappointing because, you know, America is one of those places that is supposed to be, you know, holding the torch
against corruption, but
I mean, just an upstanding society.
You know, we've lost that lately with Biden.
Yeah, so it's really disappointing. I think Chainalysis to get sued to the ground by anybody that can sue them. You know, if there's a class action lawsuit that I can join, I'll join. But
I think Elizabeth Warren should get sued. I think. No, for real. I think also what's his name with Chase, JP Morgan Chase.
The one who said he should shut down crypto or Bitcoin because it's all for
what's the
fraud?
CEO again? I'm running a blank on his name right now.
Guy, I mean, Jamie Dimon.
Yeah, JD.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man. These guys are looking like clowns. You guys are looking like clowns. You did it to yourselves, man. Because I think nobody is going to believe. Well, not that you guys have been credible to begin with, but literally when you say shut down Bitcoin and then 2 weeks later you are
funding
active participant in the Bitcoin ETF, then, you know, what are we talking about? And so it just keeps going on and on. These are the strings that continue to tear down our society. And at the same time, this is also a lot of this is what is shocking to me. When you look at countries that are supposed to be considered
third world,
or their leadership is authoritarian, right? They don't have elections or anything like that. It is seeming sort of interesting to me that these countries and their authoritarian leaders seem to be allowing, or at least achieving, more growth in their economies at this point in time. I mean, you can look at China, you can look at Dubai, you can look at El Salvador. These are, you know, apparently, you know, dictatorships, no change in president. I mean, even if you look at Russia, right? It's a bit interesting, and I think that it's something that as a society we need to be able to just look at where we are and then recalibrate our ways and move, right? Because if you look at the what would you say, talent flight, right? And you look at the crypto companies that have left the US.
Innovation flight, talent flight, financial flight, name it.
It would seem to me that we are exactly the things that we're claiming not to be.
Then we're just lying to ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. But I think that's all on this one, man. Chainalysis is absolute dog shit. Here's the thing. Again, I'm sure that the technology is sophisticated and everything. We don't want to, but at the same time, though, you guys miss FTX, so it's kind of difficult to get around that one. But I also question. I've not used the thing myself. Yeah, I've seen their websites. I was not willing to pay to go and look at stuff that is, But I am wondering to myself then, unless we're able to verify this information, because this is blockchain activity, right? They should be able to publish all of their results and how they're getting these results and things like that. And then we can, because maximum transparency will be required for any sort of blockchain analysis tool that is supposed to be fighting against crime. Because the reality is, cybercrime is now, the mode of operation. I don't think criminals will have to go rob a bank in person anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Cybercrime is now the thing. So we're definitely going to need some, how would you say, enforcement agencies on the internet.
But let's get this right. Government institution, the executive branch, right? The judiciary branch, right? And then the folks that enforce the police, the military, and whatever, right?
Yeah.
The enforcement should be done by the government, not by private institution. Do you see the police hiring private police to go and arrest people? Well, they do.
Well,
let's not go
well,
there.
it's called bounty hunters, but even then they have limited power.
Yeah.
But even the police, when they go out there, they go out to enforce laws and rules that have already been put in place, right? It's if you're driving down the highway, you see a sign that might say 60 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour, right? So if the police pulls you over and you're doing 80, then he can go, hey, speed limit is 80.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the radar. We definitely calibrated it, and you were, you're doing 80.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I stopped you. But if there is no speed limit on the road, and you're driving down the road, maybe doing, I don't know, you could be doing 110, and the police all of a sudden comes after you.
Not even the police this time around. A security officer.
Right, a security officer exactly comes after you. And he says, you're speeding on this road. Well, what is the speed limit? You see what I'm saying? This is what I am looking at this stuff as, but we could be wrong. Let us know down in the comments. Any final thoughts on this one, Double R?
I think it's really a good way for them to start the year, for us to start questioning who has the authority and what are the facts behind all this investigative activities going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's extremely biased.
The amount of lawsuits that are flying around right now is crazy. Do you ever imagine that at some point in time the court system will just get overwhelmed by the amount of lawsuits that are going on, that the whole thing will just not be even meaningful anymore?
Definitely, especially with AI taking over the all legal space.
Yes. So I'm sure there's somewhere there where someone can make money. Anyway, it's definitely an interesting one. These companies definitely need to be audited soon to the moon, if that's what needs to happen, right? Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring back the handle. Okay, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, why? Start your 2024 like a real champion and subscribe to the channel. Okay. Also follow us on X at STAKKFin and Spotify at STAKK. Until next time.